Okay, hello there. Welcome to my channel, Life, Home, and My Linux Journeys. And in this journey, we are going to be in Linux. Now, if you watched my previous videos, last couple videos, I moved from a Dell MT7010. I moved GhostBSD as well as FreeBSD to another location in my lab, I guess you might call it. And that left a space. Actually, it left two spaces on the MT7010, and I just filled one up. Actually, I've got them both filled, and we're going to talk about the first one that I used. So let me go over to my desktop. Let me bring up a terminal. Bring up my TD script, and this is VoidLinux. I installed it February the 24th of this year, 2025. Give it 8 gigabytes to swap. I turned the swappiness down to 10, and it is on a SSD. The output's a 0 here, so it means it's a SSD. Let's see. Again, VoidLinux, kernel 6.12, Xfce, which is the latest. And greatest 4.20, 420, X11. Let's see. If I run an -SAGM for system, audio, graphics, and machine. The machine is a system, actually, VoidLinux. The machine is the MT7010, but I got here it is. And the graphics, we're running X11 right here, display, with X mode setting, as well as the audio down here. We got pipe wire underneath also. All right. Now, I've covered VoidLinux, and I went back and looked, and it was actually 3 years ago. So it's been a little while since. And I remember running it then for a while, and I did not have a problem. For some reason, I decided to void the VoidLinux. And I'm back on it, and let's see if I can run it for a long term, which is what I want to do. Now, I've covered these. I covered Void in 2 different videos, and I put those links in the description. Before I get to it, let's look. This is their homepage right here, and it's an incredible read with a lot of information on it. Got an incredible amount of information here. Services and daemons. You might want to look through this. It uses SV for its init system, and here's where you search for packages. All of this can be reached right here. So packages you can search for. Now here's my YouTube channel. If you come to mine and click on the little hourglass or the spyglass there and just type in VoidLinux, you're going to come up with 2 videos. Whoops. You're going to come up with none if I can't spell it right. Try that again. There we go. And both of them are dated 3 years ago. This was the install, and this was 1 week in being into it. And I covered an incredible amount of information. You'll see if you go to the show notes, make sure that don't play. You'll see I included all my links, and let's see, all my links and all my notes in those. I think it was this one that's got most of the notes. Yep. This right here alone will tell you an incredible amount of information on VoidLinux. I've been running it now, as I saw, since February on this MT7010, and it filled the gap perfectly. There's no longer a void in this spot. I've got all my software set up that I always use. I had no problems. I will say this, that back 3 years ago when I would search for packages, some of them was not available, readily available. Now, for instance, GNOME Disk, was available in their regular repositories. So they've done some improvements there. And it's not based on anything. It's not based on Debian, Ubuntu, none of those. None of the big names, none of the small names. It's its own independent distribution. And I gotta say, they have done really well with their system. I don't understand why it's so low on DistroWatch. Here's those links I just shared with you. Here's the titles to them. I'll put these in the notes so you can see it before. See it for yourself. Services, to see all these services, I'll just run this one command here. If I can get it right here. Bring up the terminal. And this lists all the services that are available or running on your system. And of course, you can turn them all on, turn them all, you can do whatever you want to. It takes a little bit, it's not systemd. So if you're used to systemd, you may see here that you're going to have to do some research. But if you go to their web page, it tells you quite a bit and won't leave you guessing about a lot of stuff. Let's click on services and daemons. The run it system. I mean, so you will need to come to this if you want to learn about your services and how to disable them, enable them, etc. But I cover quite a bit of that in those first videos I just showed you. So, let's see. There was another command that I found that I wanted to share and I didn't find it. I thought I had it right here, but I don't apparently. And what it involves, if you want to get a package list, I'll find it and put it in the show notes below. But if you want to find all the packages that you've installed, I'll show you that command. Void packages. That's not it. Packages. And I named it void. Or I named it BP for void packages. Void packages. And it gives you all of them without the version numbers, and there is a command that you can take this list and reinstall on a new system, sort of like having your own backup. So I'm gonna cut that short here. If you're very interested in VoidLinux, I covered in great detail in those first two videos on the services, packages available, the ones that's not available, how to install. Back then, GNOME disk, I think I had to build it or something. I don't recall exactly. I did watch the videos, but it was two weeks ago. So I've been to sleep a couple times in between that, so I've forgotten. But I really enjoy VoidLinux, and I'm going to see if I can keep it on this machine, in this system, for as long as I kept GhostBSD and FreeBSD on it, which was 3 years. By the end of that 3 years, I should know something about VoidLinux. Peace out, guys. Take care. I'll catch you on the next video. Bye.